super ugly at the moment. So we're not going to use a high quality camera, we're going to use photo booth. I'm retro. I was born in the wrong generation. Clearly we all see that I have commitment issues. Since the last time I was on the planet of YouTube, I said that I was uploading like almost twice a week, which did not happen. I said that I was going to do a story time on the time I snuck into a 2-day festival, and I never did that. But now I'm back and I'm doing that. The setting is April 2018. At the time I was staying in Taichung City. This festival was happening further up north in Taoyuan. This was during the time period where I had just broken up with my ex. We were still kind of on good terms. It was kind of weird. Like, it was sort of like I was a shitty person and he was too nice, so he kept trying to forgive me and he was trying to be nice. But I was just a terrible fucking person. I was a bum. I was a pig. I was a hoe. Now, I don't know if I say this will give too much away about who he is, but at the same time, am I relevant enough for anyone to try and find this person? No. This ex that I had, he was a photographer, and he had lots of photographer friends who wanted to go to this festival because there were lots of DJs there playing that were quite famous and they could get some dope-ass shots, you know? I found out that my ex was going to this festival, but he wasn't paying for tickets. He was going to sneak in because his other photographer friend had connections with people who were at the festival or something like that. The whole week before the festival, I was texting, fucking sending videos of me convincing him, just going all out on ways that I could convince him to take me to the festival with him so that I could sneak in. Time goes by, and with my manipulative head ass, I finally convinced my ex to take me. I take the train, the high-speed train from Taichung to Taipei, I think it was, and I meet up with my ex and his photographer friend there. From the train station to the location of the festival, there was a free bus transport system for everyone that was going, but you didn't need to show a ticket. It was just like a free bus service that they were running. So we get on the bus, kind of fucking awkward, but like, we deal with it. I kind of try to make conversation. Every girl on the bus is staring at me. It's like some competitive energy in there, and I was not feeling it, but I was like, it's fine. You guys spent your money on this and I didn't, so use it wisely. We get to the parking lot that's next to where the festival is, and we all start getting out of the bus. I'm like wearing fucking slutty ass, not even shorts, like they look like underwear because of how short they were, and it's fucking freezing. It was so fucking cold. We walk out of the parking lot and we start like scheming out a plan. We're like, okay, shit, how should we do this? How do we get in? This is the parking lot. The festival is on a farm inside, so it's like very much open space. You need maneuver to be able to get to that festival, to where the festival actually is. So around the side, next to the parking lot and like down where the farm starts, there's a whole wall, 3 feet of concrete, so just like metal rods sticking out, all along the side of where the farm was and the parking lot. We walk down this road on the side of where the festival and the parking lot is, and we walk for a really fucking long time, and it's kind of a sketchy road. Like, there's not many people there, which was good in our circumstances, but you know, it was a sketchy road. Maybe 20 minutes later, we see a hole in the fence. Metal rods were like, one of the metal rods had fallen, so it was just 3 feet of concrete and then a hole. And we were like, yo, dope. But we start throwing our bags in this hole and jumping through. As soon as my feet touched the ground, I realized that it was just beds of dead trees and grass and weed. We had just dropped into a hole of a forest. It was literally a fucking forest. Nothing but trees as far as the eye could go. We started making our way through. We literally had to hit fucking plants in our way down. We had to fucking having an Indiana Jones moment. It's just, it opens up to plots of random grasslands, small cottages, and then like picket fences, literally like farmland. We went into a hole through a forest and we crossed into another universe. That's basically what it fucking felt like. So we're all like kind of crouching down, sneaking our way through these open lands, because obviously if it's open lands, people can see you. People can fucking see you. So we were kind of freaked out. We were like, what the fuck do we do? And on the other side of this country road setup, we see this temple. It was like red, it looked like a saving grace, so I guess that's where we decided to go. So we get to this temple. So this is the farmland, the temple's here. Directly behind it is the barbed wire fence that once you get over, like you could hear the music fucking booming. that was where the festival was. It was so close, but so far. We stay there for a bit, and suddenly I just hear people tampering with the bottom of the barbed wire fence. Like, you know how you can hear like barbed wire fences rattling? The three of us, my ex, me, and friend, popped our heads around, and we saw people trying to cut the bottom of the fence. They were all like, shh. I had no idea what was going on at this point. Apparently these people that were trying to cut the bottom of the fence were friends with this photographer friend that my ex had. I was like, okay, dope. That's cool. Finally, you just hear like massive rattling, and then we popped our heads around again and they were gone. We were like, okay, fuck, they did it. So that means that we can probably get through too. This was the barbed wire fence, but there were like little hedges, and right where they cut it, there was like a hole in the hedges. We were like waiting behind those bushes, and we waited for the security to go by because the barbed wire fence opened to like the back road of the festival. So that was where security was patrolling, and we were just waiting for them to get the fuck out of there or just turn their fucking heads. This photographer friend, he waits until all the security, they're not even gone. They're literally like right down there with just their heads turned. So it was a very risky situation. He waited for the right moment, and he threw his backpack over the barbed wire fence and rolled underneath it. And my ex goes through, and it's all smooth, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm so nervous because now it's my time to go, and what if I fuck up? I'm fucking this up for them, I'm fucking this up for myself. I want to get into this festival. So I waited for the right moment, threw my backpack over, waited for my ex to get my backpack off the road, waited for the security guard to look away again, and then rolled in, got up, and fucking I was in the music festival. Good as new, bitch. I was actually so happy that I actually successfully got in, because later on during the festival I got told that some of my friends, or like some of the friends of friends that we had, tried to sneak in another way, and they got caught and they got arrested and they had dogs sniff them out and some got fined. Glad that I was not part of that. I unite with Jack and all my other friends at like the main stage of the festival. We put my backpack in my locker and I get like fully naked for my rave session. At some point when I'm united with my friends, I realized that they're all rushing on E. So I was like, oh, fuck, how do I keep myself up with this situation? So I was kind of just trying to be like hyper during the first half, because everyone was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was just like, yeah. It wasn't that hard since I was running on a lot of adrenaline from sneaking in. My friend and I went on the merry-go-round, which was honestly iconic. We recreated that scene from Euphoria before it was even aired. We start like dancing in a line, and it's all like really fucking iconic, like hot girl summer shit. At some point during the night, we're all at the main stage and everyone's fucking rushing on E. Saka, now keep in mind, this is our first interaction. This was the first time Saka ever talked to me. Her rolling, like her eyes just like going out of whack. She comes up to me with her fanny pack like a true ass druggie and she goes, hey, do you want to do some weed? So she sells me half a pill and she takes my hand and she rushes me to the bathroom and I take it. We come back to the main stage and I'm not rushing yet. I didn't know what E felt like at the time, so I was like, okay, well, let's, I guess, just wait for this to happen. As soon as we get back to our friends, I realize that Jack is gone, and I'm like, holy fuck, where's Jack? I want to tell him what I just did. He's gonna be so proud of me. Suddenly, he comes running up from behind me, and he goes, Zoe! And I turn around. His eyes are just like fucking massive. He has like really cold ass blue eyes. So his pupils were fucking like, yo. But he looks me dead in the eyes, and I'm like, just taking my pill, just like staring at him like, oh fuck, what the fuck is going on right now? And he just looks me in the eyes and he goes, I love you. I just stare at him. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. So I kind of just like slowly smile. And I just went, I love you too. Yeah, that's how Jack and I started dating. Time goes on. DJ Snake comes on. And at this exact point, I reach my fucking peak on E. And let me tell you, that was a whole ass fucking experience. I remember just seeing strobe lights and laser lights and fucking, there was like fire that they were like squirting on stage, and it was so fucking mind-blowing to me. At some point during the night, I remember looking up when DJ Snake was playing. Now, I fucking hate EDM. EDM is not good unless you're on drugs, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but that is just my fucking opinion. I look up and it's a drop, and I look up at like the red mark of the festival logo on top of the stage, and for some reason I just get so mesmerized with all these lights just like coming at me. And I remember Jack at one stage had me on his shoulders. I remember going around to everyone after that telling them that I saw fucking God. Like, I literally saw God on top of the stage. I started singing worship songs in the middle of the mosh pit when, like, in between the DJ break thingy.
Praise the Lord now before him and honor him on this holy day. Woo! I love you, Jesus.
I love you, G.
It was honestly iconic. Like, everyone in my friend group started singing fucking Rex Orange County. That was so fucking cute. I loved that so much. It was such an iconic night. Holy shit.
Hey girl, you better trust me when I tell you there ain't no one else more beautiful than this damn world.
Guys, do you wanna know something?
The festival ends at 10 o'clock.
Let's go right now!
We all start walking out. We start like getting our backpacks from the locker, putting our sweatshirts on, because at this point we're drenched in rainwater and we're on so much E that we can't feel the cold anymore. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. We start leaving and we start like walking down the road to where the train station is. We're all waiting on this platform where the train is coming through, and we're all like sitting there fucking rushing, and we're all like talking, laughing hysterically, and out of the corner of my eye, as I'm sitting with my friend who's also celebrating his birthday on this day, out of the corner of my eye I see my ex, and I'm like, the fuck you doing? He was like, oh, nothing, I just wanted to like check up on you, see what's up. And I was like, okay, dope. And he starts talking to my ex, and I see them like sitting on the platform a little like distance away from me, sitting crisscross applesauce, talking like real men, and I can't make out what they're saying. And the train comes. I walk in to the train with my ex, with Jack, and I say, what did he talk to you about? Like, what was that about? I want to know what you guys said. And at first he was like, no, it was nothing, it was nothing. And I was like, no, you gotta fucking tell me, like, you think I'm not gonna get this out of you? And he finally says that, like, oh, he just asked me if I felt any water bottles hit me when I was dancing in the mosh pit. And I was like, the fuck? What does that mean? And he was like, well, your ex was throwing water bottles at us because he was angry. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so childish, first of all. Even though I don't condone in throwing things at people, I was an asshole at the time, so like I can understand that, but also not necessarily. Fucking water bottles, like seriously, ouch! We finally reached like the MRT station because the train goes from Taoyuan to Taipei City, but then we have to like take an MRT, which is like the subway system, basically. What the fuck? Hello. As we're waiting for it, my friend Desmond and I are the only ones left still fucking rushing. Because we have the same tolerance. We're like, he's basically like me in a boy version. I'm him in a girl version. So we have the same tolerance. It's honestly the best match, a match made in heaven, I gotta say. We were both standing in line waiting for the subway, and we were both going like this. And I was like, guys, do you hear that music? I keep hearing music. And everyone's like, on the come down, everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? So fucking annoying. And Desmond comes up to me and he was like, oh my god, yes, it's fucking animals. It was like the same bit that kept on going, dun, 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 dun. And no one else was fucking hearing this music. And that song didn't even play that night, which was even more confusing. How the fuck were we hearing the same shit at the same time? Our come down finally hits. We get back to our friend's house that we always stay at, and we crash. And now we move on to day 2. I look like a fucking mess right now, but that's basically how I looked on day 2, so it goes with the theme of the story. It's even fucking colder than it was the day before. We're just so tired at this point because we all rushed E on the first night that no one fucking pays for their subway tickets, no one pays for their train tickets. We kind of just like all like slumpily go behind people and like the little toll machines, which I don't want to get arrested, so that didn't actually happen. Once we get to outside where the festival is, because there's like a road and then you go into the festival, we were on that road basically. Everyone was kind of freaking out about how to sneak in because some of them had paid for their tickets on the first night, but they didn't want to pay for the second night. And they couldn't sneak in where the people that they knew snuck in yesterday because that's where they all got caught. So the whole time I'm like, guys, I know a place. I snuck in from there yesterday and it worked out just fine, but no one's listening to me. And I'm like, fucking okay. Jack pulls me aside and he was like, yo, do you want to sneak in alone with me since no one else wants to follow through with your plan? And I'm like, fuck yes, validate my statements, bitch. I love this relationship. Let's go do it. It's fucking dark as shit at this point, and I lead him down the side of like the road where you find the hole in the fence, and it's really fucking sketchy. Jack is getting sketched out. I'm getting sketched out because I can't promise that I can find the hole in the fence again because it's super dark. Nothing looks the same. We find the hole. Well, I fucking find the hole because we jump through the hole and we have to try to find our way through this fucking jungle in the dark because we didn't want to risk using flashlights. So we were literally blind in this fucking jungle trying to find our way through fallen tree trunks, fucking trash everywhere, like broken furniture. It was so hard to do in the dark, but we did it. We come out into the open space and I tried to find the red light where the temple is in the dark. Both of us are just like Naruto running because we're trying to stay like as far down as possible, and we get to the temple and I'm like, okay, so that's where the hole is. I'm gonna go through first so you know how to get through. And so I wait for the security to not be looking. I go through, I wait for Jack, he comes through, we successfully sneak in. We like have a chill ass time, we dance for a bit in the mosh pit here and there, and we smoke some cigs on like this hill, and I get a call from my other friend. Hey, I heard you got in, can you help us? How the fuck did you do it? I basically video chat him, and I was his Google Maps. I led him down that road to that hole in the fence, which let me tell you was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. And I had to lead him through that fucking jungle. This place was hard to give directions to. I fucking did it. He came to the temple, and at this point I look over at Jack and I say, look, I'm going to go to where the opening is, and I'm going to tell them how to get through. And Jack at first is like, no, don't do that, you're gonna get caught, please don't do that, we're having such a good time. And I'm like, listen, I'm not about to be selfish and just leave this experience of having a 2-day festival to myself. I want my family with me. I run off and I get to the barbed wire fence and I wait until the security guard's not looking. I walk up and I rattle it at the bottom so they can see where the opening is, and I go back and I'm still on the phone with my friend who's on the other side of this barbed wire fence. They all come rolling in. Right as the last one comes through, the security guard at the end of the road turns his head and he's like, and we all start fucking bolting. I have never ran so fast in my life. I fucking ran like Usain Bolt. I was here and then I wasn't. And I did not know that I could run that fucking fast. As I was running, I was taking off my sweatshirt because underneath it I had a pink t-shirt, and I was thinking they're gonna be looking for people who are wearing that sweatshirt that I was wearing, which was gray and blue. So I'm just gonna take off my sweatshirt even though I'm fucking freezing and just be more noticeable, because the more noticeable I am, they won't be able to find me. Festival logic. Unfortunately, one of my friends got caught, and she was the one that was holding all the drugs. But the security guard was really cool, and he turned out to actually be a bouncer for a club that they go to a lot. They met about it later on and they laughed about it, so it wasn't that bad. As long as you got connections, you know, triads. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. We are not part of the triads. We just know people. Wait, that sounds even more scary. We don't know anyone in the triads. At least I don't think we do, okay? After that whole situation, the security guard never found me again because, like I said, I ran like Usain Bolt. But yeah, Jack and I stayed till the end of the festival. We all met up afterwards at a club that we go to a lot, and we did a lot of ketamine, and we made it on Trashed in Taiwan. That was the story of the time I snuck into a 2-day festival. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
I know, I care about everybody, yeah.